What's up, dude?
Yes, man. How are you, man? How are you?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I heard you got together with one of our loyal listeners, and you guys chiefed that shit up, man. Hell yes, dude. I'm so pumped for you, man. Meeting some of our listeners and smoking, dude. Hell yeah.
I appreciate anybody who gets me high, but I especially appreciate somebody who keeps getting me high. So shout out to my friends.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Thank you.
We like to keep anonymous unless we get permission to share their names on here. So we're gonna go with the anonymous person that got Mark high, and not just high, but Mark got like blitzed high. He said he was like really fucking high. So good shit, man. Keep up the good work.
I bet I'm still high.
Dude, I sent you a text message, man.
Let's talk about this. All right.
Because it got me excited. Got my juices flowing, you know? Like
ESPN Power Rankings.
Power Rankings.
We're up to number 10.
They had us ranked preseason at number 14.
Mm-hmm.
After the first week of the season, they have us now at number 10. Next games are against the Pelicans tonight at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. Then we have Golden State, which, by the way, we played Golden State 3 times this month. It's an obsessive amount of times. I also want to say that January is literally the ass fucking that we're going to get. That month is truly spectacular. We have 5 doubleheaders in January, but we'll get back to that in a second here. So we have Golden State November 3rd and Atlanta November 6th. All right. So that's their next 3 games there. But the reason that we jumped up so many spots is because of a rookie that we have. This rookie is particularly shooting 62.5% from 3. He is leading the league in that percentage, by the way. He is also leading the league, or second in the league in blocks, averaging 2.8, right? Getting pretty close here. And he is the first player in NBA history with at least 10 blocks and 10 threes made in the first 4 career games. That's fucking bonkers, bro. Like, Chets is setting up his own rules, his own what people are going to be expecting, because I'll be honest with you, man. Every single time we talked about this team, I would say the same exact thing. Chet is going to be great, but it's going to take time for Chet to be great. But I'm seeing something in Chet right now that's making me pretty fucking excited. Like, the fact is that he's doing things that nobody else has ever done. He's getting block shots. He's shooting threes at not just a small rate, but like he's shooting, over 3 threes a game right now. And the crazy thing about that, he's shooting 62.5%. Have we ever heard of a rookie so far, ever, that's been able to do what he's been able to do? And I say, hell no, we haven't. Hell no.
Let's talk about it from outside of the Thunder, outside of Chet. Let's just talk about a player that you saw in 4 games knock down 10 threes and 10 block shots. Take away the percentage, because, what if he was shooting 35%? It wouldn't matter. It would still be the first player, right? So how would you assess this player? What I would say is, first of all, I would say modern superstar. Okay? The modern superstar is a player that can defend the rim.
What's up, Moani?
What's up, Jared? What's up, Moani? You can stretch the court. You can defend the basket. You can guard all 5 positions. You can bring the ball up the court. You can be the trail 3-pointer. You can get into the mid post. And you can work there. You can pass. So, like, all these things.
Yep.
But we're focusing on the blocks and the 3-point shots. So in the end, think about the great players that have been able to like demonstrate that they can do both of those things: block shots and knock down threes. Now, out of everybody who's been able to do that, Chet's the fastest ever. And for the skill set that this team needed after a 41-win season last year, if you count the play-in, right, we needed block shots and 3-point shooting. And that's what they mentioned in this article, is that these were our 2 biggest needs, and one player has come and filled those things at a rate that's historic. And on top of that, it's unprecedented, because you can't really say like, okay, he's the first to do this, and then on top of that, he's shooting 62.5% from 3, that's unprecedented. We just need to step back and say, what we're watching is something that's historic. It's something that people will talk about in years to come. And when the next great bigs come up, they're going to post their stats next to Chet Holmgren because they want to know, how do they stack up against this great?
I want to take a second and take a step back and really kind of observe what's happened with our rookies this year, because the reality is that I think we're averaging with our 2 rookies that are playing. I think we're averaging like 70% from 3-point range between those 2. It's astounding to me, man. Like the way that we're able to shoot, the way that we're able to communicate, and it's not like these guys are rushing their shots. They're taking the shots that the teams are giving them. They're taking the shots that Shea is creating, or Josh Giddey's creating, or J-Dub's creating. Even Dort is out there creating shots for these guys. To me, it's showing how impactful these guys can be in a short amount of time, which really just goes back to something that Blake and I were talking about. And Blake mentioned that Villanova and New York, and that Villanova connection is really strong. And then it got me thinking, man, like, really, it's more than that, though. You think about Mishčić coming in with Poku. You're thinking about the Canadian connection with Dort and Shea. And then you're looking at the Kentucky connection with Shea and Kaysen, right? It's all connected. It's all connected. And it's the reason why these guys are able to come in and feel comfortable. You know, Chet was a monster. Everybody knew who Chet was before. You know, the second Chet was 16 and did that dirty move on Steph at his camp, you know, and dunked on him. Everybody knew who Chet was. So it wasn't like this big surprise when he was coming for the Thunder. Like, we were just so pumped. Everybody wants Chet there. And then you're looking at the dynamics of having 2 guys from Arkansas. You're looking at the way that they both are immaculate at taking charges and you know, developing stuff like that. You're looking at the Big 12. You're looking at players that played inside the Big 12 with TCU and Oklahoma State University. And to me, like, it just goes back to making sure the connections stay alive and creating this chemistry amongst the guys that you really can't fuck with. And you're seeing it where the Denver Nuggets just totally annihilated us. I mean, there's no way of putting it. They completely annihilated us. And on the next night, we come back and we just stomp the Detroit Pistons. Like, to me, that's exactly what this team is heading. This is exactly what the team is doing. And we need this for the future, because if we're looking at the Oklahoma City Thunder for the future, we need to put away teams that we're supposed to put away. If we can't do that, we're in trouble.
Yeah. And obviously Chet's a big part of that. But 4 games in, all right, so we can't like say this is going to keep up, but there are some elements of it that we can anticipate. First of all, the word has gotten around that Chet Holmgren is providing rim protection for the Thunder. So what that really means,
the guards aren't going in as much.
Right. It's going to deter people from driving. It's going to change their shots before they get there. He's going to be in their heads. They're also going to have to stretch their defense. They're going to understand that, like, hey, if he is a trail 3-pointer, we have to get out there. No more guarding the basket for the bigs. Pick up Chet in transition. Now, that's a different thing. All of a sudden, Shea's going to be able to slice to the basket and transition more. All of a sudden, the extra pass will be there a little bit more open. So this game plan,
you're right.
Like, we're looking at a player, in my opinion, that teams need to take as seriously as they took Shaq. Like, and I get that that's like, oh, he's not Shaq yet. He's not Shaq yet. But
I love that.
In the end, Shaq had a way of dominating that left an impact where teams had a game plan. Chet has a way of doing that too.
You're right.
I remember when Serge Ibaka swatted the shit out of the Spurs, and Greg Popovich in the playoffs said, he's like, I wonder if my guys have ever heard of Serge Ibaka before. Like he was pissed because they kept going at him, and I think he got 10 blocks in a playoff game. Like, if teams don't adjust, like, Chet will crumple them.
Yeah.
And if they do adjust, then we're going to have an advantage, and they're going to have to really find ways to make extra passes and create where it's going to be difficult. Those lanes are going to be tighter. So, yeah, everything is looking up. We got to stay healthy. We got to keep on going. But this is what we wanted to see this point.
I think that when you're looking at rookies, you're looking at guys that check all the blocks. on every aspect of the floor, whether it's defense and offense, offense and defense, or sitting on the bench. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you watch Chet, I mean, he's one of the first guys that's up cheering. He's one of the first guys that greeting the guys that come off the floor. He's one of the first guys that will help the guys up when they fall down. He is everything. Chet is the man. He checks every box. And if you're looking at the future and you're saying, well, he's averaging a little bit less than we want to see average. Well, sure, I get that. But I go back to Shea, his first year, 12 points. I go back to J-Dub, his first year, 14 points. And I go back to all these other players that we've seen that have developed into superstars. And I know J-Dub is calling him a superstar is a little bit early, but I'm telling you guys, in time, that will be right. And if you look at the way Chet's developing, you cannot sit here and say that Chet's not going to have a quadruple double in the next 3 or 4 years. You can't. I mean, you really can't. If you're going to say that, like, Chet is going to be one of those guys that, I don't even know what they call, but somebody that gets 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 blocks, 10 blocks, 10 steals. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chet is one of those type of players. He changes how everybody plays from now and in the future, how you draft players, how you try to stop somebody. I call it the KD effect. KD effect was long after KD. So everybody started, drafting long, lanky shooters. They're like, we could develop him into KD. And all of a sudden, all these players just start going high. And what's happening right now in the world is that these players that are like, this kid, Alex Sarr, who's 7'2" or 7'1", whatever. And then you've got this Australian player, Rocco, who's 7'3", and he's like 16 or 17 years old. And there's more players this tall coming out. And those guys are going to get drafted high. Why? Because you're going to have to try to stop Chet. You're going to have to try to stop Victor. And the thing is that we've always seen in history is the second and third in the group is never as good as the originals. And that's what I'm excited about Chet. And he is somebody that's going to change every single thing about the game. And people are saying, well, he can't shoot 50% from three. He can't shoot playing from three. Well, guess what? That's where I disagree with you. Because there's so many good players on this floor at all times. You cannot guard every single one of them. Every guy is designed to penetrate to the hole, get a foot in the lane, and pass the ball out. Why is it so important getting a foot in the lane? It causes somebody to collapse. And if you recognize who that player is guarding, you know where to go with the ball every single time. And as far as our offense goes, as long as we are doing that, getting our foot in the lane and passing the ball, we are unstoppable. And every single time that we've watched this season that we've been struggling, it's because we come down the floor, we make a pass or two and, make a screen, but we don't attack the fucking hole. We settle for the shot. But if we attack the hole and we create the open shots for the three-point shooters, for Chet, for J-Dub, these are the guys that are going to lead the way and lead the NBA in three-point shooting, because efficiency is king in the NBA. Efficiency is king. You don't want players out there that are going to be like, I don't know, ants that are going to take 30 shots a game and score 25 points. And everybody's like, yeah, we got a 25-plus point player right here. Yeah, but he took 30 shots to get there. That's not going to be cool anymore. Like, those are the teams that are going to lose in the first round of the playoffs every fucking year, because they're going to get so beat down and so designed that they're, we just have to stop this player, and then they won't be able to stop us. Well, you take away the first option, second option, they won't be able to go the third option. Well, in Oklahoma City, you stop the first option, cool. That's cool. You can do that for like a quarter. Stop the second option. Good job. You did that for a quarter. But you get to the fourth quarter, and by then there's been so many players in and out. Coach D knows who he's going to, and you won't be able to stop all four players because he knows where the mismatch is with each player that's playing in that particular position. That's the difference. And that's why this team has the ability to go very far in every single playoff opportunity they get.
Hell yeah. That's good, Corey. I love it. I love it, man. We're pumped up, obviously.
And don't draft Ant, number one.
It's a mess. I mean, it's okay.
God, dude.
Obviously, people are.
Am I right though? Like, how much better would the Wolves be if they drafted? Who was else in that draft class? Tatum.
No, I don't think Tatum was, but Ball was.
No, it
Ball
was
went 3.
yeah, the ball. I thought the ball was. I don't know, man. It's there we go, Corey. I was about to say that, man. So the money out of my mouth. ISO basketball is old school. This is the new revolution of the game. Is the efficiency, is getting your foot in the lane and causing open shots for other people, knowing that your turn is going to come in exchange. Like, that's what's so great about this. You see Shea get to the hole, and he drives to the hole. He gets a foot in the lane. He passes the ball to J-Dub. J-Dub takes 2 dribbles to the middle and then goes to the hard into the lane. And then when he does that, Shea pops up and he's wide open for a 3, or he's wide open for a drive to the hole. It comes back around because we play on selfish basketball. There's no ISO in the games that we play.
That's true. ISO is not what we want. We want the ball to move from side to side. We want to see players take advantage of mismatches. Everything good happens when the ball moves. So that's exactly what we're looking for. I love that the Thunder are getting some respect. Number 10 is good, but we're still hungry. Like, I think we're better than number 10. I'm trying to pull up the power rankings right now. I can't do it. I'd like to go over all the teams that are in front of us. Oh, they just pulled up. So here we go. Let's talk about this. So we'll talk about the teams behind us first, and then we'll go in front of us. So Cavs are 13, Pelicans are 12, and Lakers are 11. We'll take that. Number 10, Thunder. Number 9, Kings. Number 8, Clippers. Number 7, Mavs. Number 6, Sixers. Number 5, Warriors. So we'll stop there. How do you feel about those? Where would we fall in those rankings?
Again, I like where we're at number 10. I really do. And the reason is because, like, if we were too high up, there'd be a letdown coming. You know, now that we're sitting at number 10, we can go through that harsh stage of the season that we're coming up on, and then make it through. Like, I said something about January, and I'm truly scared about January. When you have 5 back-to-back games, like 10 games of your 17 games that stretch are back-to-back, man. That is going to be harsh on the guys. Right. 10. I mean, 5 of the 17. But, like, it's just, to me, like, I look at this and I say, these guys have got to keep that position at 10, because when we get past that and we get past the hard part, people are going to take this team for real, because, like, our first real test is here in November. We've got Warriors 3 times. We've got other teams that we're playing against a few times. Like, it's not going to be an easy month, but I do feel like I'd rather play the Warriors early in the season than later in the season. And I think this is a good thing for us, playing them 3 times in a short amount of time.
All right. So do you think, let me just ask you right now, like, do you think we're better than the Kings?
Yes.
Do you think we're better than the Clippers?
The Clippers are unproven so far, so yes.
You think we're better than the Mavs?
Yes, that's a no-brainer for me.
We're better than the Sixers.
Yeah, another unproven team. They have what? Tyrese and Embiid. I mean, yeah, we're better than the Sixers. The Sixers are shit right now.
All right. So then we have the Warriors at 5, the Suns at 4, the Bucks at 3, the Celtics at 2, and the Nuggets at 1.
If I was ranking us, I would be sitting at 5. I would just be like, listen, I'm going to rank the Thunder team at 5, because I think we're better than everybody else but the top 4. I think the top 4
I would put us at 6.
Is solidified in my...
I think the Warriors at 5. I'll let the Warriors fuck with 5. The other thing is that the Suns just lost they just lost to the
Spurs.
Did
you see how that happened?
Yeah, I saw that. They're 2 and 2.
Did you see how that happened?
Yeah, it was crazy. But at
fucking
2 and 2,
dude.
bro, they're still ranked number 4, and we're sitting here and we're at number 10 and 3 and 1. We are the lowest ranked team. I guess the Lakers are 2 and 2, and then it goes 2 and 1 for the Pelicans. But think about this: they're at 12 and they're 2 and 1. The Cavs are at 13 and they're 1 and 3. So like looking at us at number 10, they're like giving us the beginning of what we really are, which is we're a 3 and 1 team. Now it could get messed up really fast. We could go to 500 in 2 games. Like, we don't know, but I'm looking at this schedule and I'm saying, yeah, dude, like, drop the Suns out, move the Warriors to 4, and put us at 5. I'm with you, dude.
Yeah, I just think that, yeah, I think that's where it needs to be. The idea that there's 9 teams better than us in the West is just, I mean, better than us in the NBA is not mind-boggling. Like, I just, I don't see it. I'm sorry. Just don't.
I agree.
You can say, well, you've got Boston, you've got this team, you got that team, but here's
there
the
are
thing.
teams like Boston and the Bucks and the Nuggets that you can't beat in the regular season. Like, it has to move past them. It has to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So,
but like, think about this. We've got OKC, Sacramento, Clippers, Mavericks, right? Golden State, there's 5, Phoenix 6, and 7 is the Denver Nuggets. Out of the top 10 teams, they're saying 7 of the top 10 teams are in the West.
Wow.
Only Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, and Philadelphia 76ers are in the top 10. And that is with them giving them. Like, let's just say the 76ers is given a gift because they don't want to rank that. I really do think that the 76ers was a gift. So you take them out, and there's only 2 teams, man, because Los Angeles or the Pelicans are sitting right there, rating, to break into the top 10. It's mind-boggling how many West teams are truly good and how people are just like, dude, the West is stacked. And then you're sitting there saying, well, it's going to be impossible for the Oklahoma City Thunder to win 50-something games. And that's where I'm just like, man, with the stacked as it is, that means there's going to be people getting injured. There's going to be players that should be sitting, and they're not because it's a big game. And guess what? Guys are going to get hurt. Kawhi is going to go down. PG is going to go down. Like, these guys that aren't built for an 82-game season that you would think that would be okay, they're just not. They're getting 32, 33, 34 years old. These guys are old now. LeBron's like 38, almost 39. Like, what happens with one of these guys go down? It's inevitable. Every year we see somebody go down that's an older guy that shouldn't be playing those type of minutes. And if we're full of those guys in the West, and we're full of those teams, what happens when Joker goes down? What happens when LeBron goes down? What happens when Steph goes down? Like, what happens when Kawhi or PG or Russ or Harden, they go down? Because that's what's inevitably going to happen with these guys. They're all old. They're all going to get injured. And when they get injured, how many games are they going to be out? Because that's how much ground the Thunder are going to be able to cover.
Tonight, bro, we're playing the Pelicans on ESPN, it looks like. ESPN, dude.
Hell yes, dude.
Milani. So, what do you expect from primetime minutes? I mean, last time we saw Giddey's, he showed up. We were, I think, ESPN or TNT, and Giddey goes out and puts up like 30 and a triple-double or something like that. Like, he put the NBA on notice, and people were buzzing about him. So, you expecting a little bit more buzz after this one?
Yeah, Josh always steps up, and we saw last game him bounce back in a huge way. 10, 12 points in the fourth quarter. Truly spectacular. I do think that Josh is going to have a triple-double tonight. He hasn't had one this season. What's up, George? Definitely think that his triple-double watch is on fleek tonight, being on ESPN. Second of all, I want to throw this out here. J-Dub is bound to have a 20-point game. And all eyes are on Chet right now. And I want to say this in all due respect to Chet, is when all eyes get on you, it changes things. And I'm ready to see how Chet is going to step up to the occasion, because if he steps up and he's ready to play and he comes out and does something crazy on ESPN, which I think he can, you're going to see the whole thing switch from Victor to Chet. Fucking over, guys. See you tonight.
Maybe. Hey, shout out once again to